Good evening. It's 7:02, and the July 10th, 2025 regular meeting of the Eastchester Board of Fire Commissioners has come to order. So salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Next order of business is we're going into executive session till 7:15. So I'll have to ask the public to leave.
Yeah, motion in a second.
Oh, can I have a motion to go into executive session?
Second, whatever, yeah.
Okay.
And is it to discuss medical matters for administrative
Oh,
employees?
to discuss medical matters with the
Medical matters for administrative employees.
administrative employees. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're back from the public session, and time is 7:15, and now we have, we're skipping the normal order of business, and we have a presentation from Calgy Construction Company concerning Station 3, which is the Bronxville Firehouse. Thank you.
Would you mind coming up to so that you'd be on the microphone? Because they're recording it for TV. Thank you, Dominic.
Again, I want to thank the commissioners and Chief Huey for giving us the opportunity to come in and present our company. We are a third-generation construction company, started in 1919 in Urshel by my grandfather. For 80 of our over 100 years, we've been primarily general contractors. The last 20 to 25 were primarily construction managers and owners' representative. We provide services to municipalities, school districts, libraries involved in village halls, police stations, fire stations, every aspect of public work, working with multiple prime contractors from New York State WICS law. Our services include pre-construction phase services, which usually entails your feasibility studies, your budgeting, your estimating, scheduling. David Chen from my office manages all our pre-construction services. And finally, the actual public bidding process that we pretty much control and guide you through the whole process. Once construction starts, then we have an on-site project manager who oversees the project, managing and coordinating the various prime contractors. I presented tonight a little brochure and background on our experience with firehouses. I believe you've already seen Yonkers, Peekskill, Millwood. There's quite a few others. And had the opportunity to tour your firehouse number 3 last week. And I understand what's going on there as far as your problems with the front arch, your problem with the apparatus bay floor. And I believe that right now the thinking is, rather than going through the complete renovation process, which would be costly and timely, that it may be more cost-effective to actually construct a new facility. I saw below at the apparatus bay, I believe Highland Associates had already given you advice on how to shore that apparatus bay floor, but obviously we can't leave it like that for too much longer. So we've worked with Highland on Yonkers. And we've also, I know you're familiar with Peekskill, and that was with Mitchell Associates and quite a few other architectural firms. So.
Yes, the reconstruction of the Station 3 would be a complete destruction, demolishing the current building and redo the firehouse, most likely 2 stories with no basement. Okay, and
The slab on grade, no basement at all.
right.
Okay.
And that's
Dominic, how would you bill for your services? Is it a percentage of the project? How do you get into the cost of your services?
Typically, our pre-construction phase, we kind of allow, we know we're going to have three main budgets: schematic design, design development, and the final construction documents. So that is a fee. We know how long that pretty much takes for us to pull this together. And the rest is just allowing a certain amount of time for the various meetings with you, your building committee, the architect, and then through the bidding process, what from experience we know, putting specifications together, going out for public bidding, interviewing the contractors. So there we have a fairly good handle on what that cost would be. As far as the construction phase, that's all by time, whether it's a 12-month project, 15-month, 18-month project, and typically a full-time project manager. So that would be for that duration. Sometimes on smaller projects, we're able to do it under part-time services, but that's how we charge our services.
Okay.
Any
You mentioned here that Village of Tuckahoe is a client. What did you do?
I'm sorry?
It says here Village of Tuckahoe is one of your clients.
Yeah.
Library.
Well, we're doing the library in Tuckahoe right now, a small renovation project. We did the initial renovation about a month or so ago, and now we have a small little HVAC upgrade, but we're also providing services to Tuckahoe schools. We're working with their school projects.
And also in Bronxville? What was done down there? What was done in Bronxville?
I'm sorry?
What was done in Bronxville?
Oh, Bronxville, we did the library, was our first project here, with construction managers on that. That was, well, back in the 90s. Then we did the Village Hall and the geothermal wells, and now we're providing services to Bronxville Public Schools.
One thing Bronxville has asked that we involve their green committee. What could we expect? Like, are they going to ask for like geothermal heat and solar panels? Like, what is a village green committee going to be asking us to do on a new project?
They could ask for both. You know, in other words, looking at how you're going to save on energy. Could be geothermal, could be solar. How you're going to be treating your runoff. You know, what kind of materials you're going to be using as far as their VOC ratings. So those are along the lines that they'll be asking.
Yeah, I know they're interested in reducing carbon footprints, so that's
Yeah,
why they want to have input.
right. Hard with fire trucks.
Yes.
So can we get an estimate of what these services would cost us if moving forward?
We could do that, but we would need more information.
Okay.
In other words, like right now, I don't believe you have any plans or specifications.
No,
Not even so much that, but just a schematic idea of where you're going to be. Once that's established, then yes, we can work
Okay.
up a proposal, sure.
Yeah, do you want a one-bay firehouse, a three-bay firehouse? Is it going to be
Yeah.
1 story or 3 stories, you know?
Okay.
Are we going to have a big meeting room, or are we just going to have sleeping quarters for the men and women?
Right.
You know, we really haven't come up with any sort of plan on what how the board wants to move forward. So I think it would be hard to give a cost estimate until we have some of those details.
Some ballpark figure.
That's one of the first things that really need to be done. We need to select an architect and start the planning and the feasibility.
Do you have any recent projects? I know Yonkers was started before COVID, so I know how much construction costs have gone up since then. Do you have any recent projects of firehouses that you've done, and what was their like total budget?
Yonkers was the last full new firehouse. Right now, we're involved with Pound Ridge, but that's a renovation and addition, and we were not taken on for pre-construction. They decided after the fact that they wanted a construction manager.
Right.
But David had done an exercise looking at Yonkers and Peekskill and trying to bring them up to what current costs today would be. So, Dave, if you want to share that information?
Yes.
And I know they're both much larger, like they're both 5-bay or yeah, you know, much larger projects.
Yeah, both projects are quite similar in terms of bay for vehicles, for apparatus, but one has larger second floor than the other. And different years they are built. For the city of Peekskill, is a larger square footage. It's about 30,000 square feet. And the project is 2015. And the original square foot price for the completion of that project is for 416 per square foot. And we projected out if a similar project like that will be built, projecting out to 2027, because right now we're 2025. Will probably take a year or two before we even put a shovel into the ground. So the majority of the construction activity will probably be 2027. So that's why we projected out to 2027. If we will build the same thing for 2027 for Peekskill, that number will jump up to $600 per square foot. And for Yonkers, the project is 2018, and the square footage is less, is 22,500, but the cost is actually more to start in 2018. The cost is $612 per square foot back in 2018 for Yonkers. And take that number and project that out to 2027, you're looking at $800 per square foot. So a couple of years make a lot of difference, and that's the number that or the history that we have on project.
Right, right.
Similar to your complete new build. So that is somewhat comparable.
And you said currently you're working on which fire, Pound Ridge, was it?
Pound Ridge,
That's going on right now.
yes.
Basically, it's a renovation, small addition project.
Have you done recently a full new construction? Yeah.
No, the last full firehouse we did was in 2018, 2019, Yonkers.
Okay. All right.
Now, you had mentioned during our walkthrough of Station 3 that Yonkers used both Mitchell and Highland Associates. You said one was for the fire.
Highland was the architect of record.
Okay.
And Bob Mitchell was brought in as a consulting on the fire matters.
Okay. Yeah, because I know they had, we did, a few of the commissioners, myself, Commissioner Ranalone, and at the time Commissioner Roche, did a tour of that firehouse, and I know they have like positive pressure in the living areas so that when you open a door, the fumes from the fire trucks don't come into the living quarters and stuff. So I don't think Peekskill had that. They just had like normal doors and stuff.
I believe so.
So yeah, I saw the HVAC units up on the roof were like the size of this room at the Yonkers Firehouse, or about half the size of this room. The two refrigerator units up there, but I imagine that provided some of those benefits of, keeping the firemen healthy. So, okay. Anyone else have any questions?
Different firehouse has different programs and different requirement. And back in 2015, maybe that, positive pressure, it wasn't even thought about.
Right, right. But that was an earlier
2018,
project.
Things
Yeah,
change.
yeah.
We have firehouse built with a smoke eater.
Right,
But,
right, right.
but changing the filter is causing too much. And so they go back to the,
Right,
what you
right.
call it, the trunk, out of the trunk system.
Yeah, the hoses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Niedermeyer
The
system.
Niederman, yeah. So,
I think we have to find out from Bronxville what the setbacks are on that property, if we
Okay.
were to do if we could do it one story, how long or wide could we make it?
yeah, I mean, we could touch base with the building inspector and, get that information from him. Our lot is basically 100 feet by 200 feet, from Midland Avenue to the back parking lot is 200 feet, and then from the cemetery driveway to Poplar Street or Palumbo Place is 100 feet. So, I know there's a certain amount of setbacks that you have to have, and then it would be, where's the front gonna face? Because that matters. If the front is on Midland, then, that's your front setback, and your side setbacks are usually less, and if the front is on Palumbo Place,
Yeah.
we would, probably have to do that, the entrance on Palumbo Place for the setback reasons. So,
We'll have to see.
I would want that, I'd rather have it on the way it.
No,
comes
no,
out. Yeah.
it's just like our front door
Yeah.
is on Palumbo Place. The garage faces out onto Midland, onto the busy street, so.
Yeah, I would think that would be the easiest way for the rigs to get into the firehouse, because if they were to go onto Palumbo Place, it's a narrow street to
No,
begin with,
yeah,
and it's only a
yeah.
one-way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
So, no, but the entrance, whatever the address was gonna be, I
Oh,
would
yeah,
assume that's
okay.
your front, you
Right,
know?
right,
Like the
right,
front door is currently on Palumbo Place.
right, okay. Any other questions? All right, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having us.
sure we'll
Thank
be
you very
getting back.
much.
Have a good evening.
Too,
We'll
thank
be
you.
in touch.
Whoops.
Okay, good night.
Well, good night
Okay,
now.
have a good night.
Okay. I have a motion to return to the public session of the,
So be it.
okay,
Just.
That was
Regular
public
business.
session, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for regular
Just back to
business.
regular business.
okay, regular business. Okay, treasurer's report, do you want me to read that, or?
Oh, if you don't mind, yeah, it's a
Okay.
brief summary, and it is online also for
Yes.
everyone.
The treasurer is unable to be in attendance tonight, so her report can be found online if you want to go to www.eastchesternyfd.gov. You can get it from there, or we'll read it right now. In summary, the financials as of June 30th, 2025 currently present a net budget surplus of approximately $1.1 million. We have assumed our Treasury direct investments in $3 million increments. Interest rates remain around 4.2%. At this time, feedback is requested from the commissioners and the chiefs on any major items anticipated or planning to be proposed for the 2026 budget. Year-to-date, total income is $24,017,409.64. Total expenses year-to-date are $9,187,954.98. Net operating income is $14,829,820,000, $454.66. Too many numbers. Okay, that's it. Chief's report, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. June 2025, total alarm activity, 365 alarms. Fire-related was 5, EMS and rescue was 193. We gave mutual aid 2 times, once to New Rochelle Fire Department for a 3rd alarm. Our members went to the scene to assist, and once to Greenville Fire Department for a 2nd alarm, where our members also went to the scene to assist. We received mutual aid for 1 incident from New Rochelle Fire Department, Yonkers Fire Department, and Mount Vernon Fire Department at the scene, and Scarsdale and Greenville Fire Departments covered our district while our members were fighting the fire. On June 18th at 2:25 a.m., Group 3 with Captain Olivier responded to a house fire on Park Avenue in Eastchester. Upon arrival, they encountered heavy fire coming from the 1st floor with fire extending up to the 2nd floor and attic. The members were faced with heavy clutter condition inside the house, which made hose stretches and searches more difficult. Despite the extraordinary efforts of more than 50 members from 4 fire departments on scene, the resident did not survive. I remind the residents to make sure you have working smoke detectors in your homes and apartments and to test them monthly. I want to recognize the members of Group 3 for their great efforts under difficult conditions in extinguishing the fire, and I also want to thank our mutual aid partners that assisted on scene and that covered the district during the incident. The 5 Eastchester probationary firefighters in the Westchester County Career Fire Academy are graduating tomorrow, Friday, July 11th, after completing 20 weeks of training. They will report to fire headquarters on Monday for 1 week of orientation training, and the following week they will be assigned a group and will work on an engine with the lieutenant for their first few months. The new probationary firefighters are Jack Bryan, Joseph D. Chaffone, William D'Ambrosio IV, John Albertelli, and Kyle Shryak. Congratulations to all 5 members on their accomplishment. Hank Henniger's mechanics report for June was emailed to the board on July 7th, and the new fire prevention vehicle, Car 2109, was put in service last week. Tim Dalton's maintenance report for June was emailed to the board also on July 7th, Tim is currently working on cleaning and painting the basement at Station 2 in Tuckahoe. He recently completed the basement cleaning and painting at Station 1, and it came out great. Fire prevention and code enforcement activities continued with numerous plan reviews and inspections, and the fire prevention reports for June were emailed to the board on July 8th. Currently, there are 2 members out on long-term absence, and the 5 Eastchester High School seniors completed their WISE internship program in June. They commented it was a positive experience. I received a call from Tom Vichy asking not to move the Chester Heights gong, as we discussed last month, to put it around the flagpole. He stated that the volunteer firefighters will pay to have the frame repaired. I see Tom's here tonight if he wants to comment on that a little bit later. And finally, firefighter Jerry Longo retired on June 27, 2025. Jerry was hired on June 22, 2002, and issued badge 169. He retired after more than 23 years of dedicated service to the residents of the fire district, and I wish him a long and healthy retirement. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief. Secretary report, please.
Commissioners, for community outreach on our social media platforms, the June activity, there were 6 posts. With all the grilling in the summer activity and the fireworks, as a reminder, there are fire safety resources available on our website, eastchesternyfd.gov. There's ongoing maintenance for the website, and once again, there's still the hydrant flushing, I think, but we'll post that up if there's any more continuing on our website too. For foils, our office received 2 in June. Ongoing records projects for the scanning and organizing of the loose records, and regular office tasks as needed, including the onboarding for the probationary firefighters for the fall academy. So, thank you.
Thank you. Payment of bills. Business officer, any business office recommendations, or?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Payment of bills. Be it resolved that the Board of Fire Commissioners approves to pay the bills and vouchers as presented. The board has been supplied with 1 set of bills and 1 credit card bill. Chief Tween has reviewed all prior to the meeting, except certiorari claims that those specifically marked as reviewed by the treasurer. The treasurer has requested the board approve the following: Robert 1, warrant 1, dated July 10th, 2025, for $157,556.33. And a credit card bill dated 7/18/2025 for $4,310.08, for a total of $161,866.41. Can I have a motion to pay the bills?
Motion to pay the bills?
Oh, second?
Okay, I'll call the roll. Commissioner Yankowski.
Aye.
Commissioner Sarasi. Commissioner Lori.
Aye.
Commissioner Carlo.
Aye.
Commissioner Randalone.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Dental coverage for administrative employees. Just going to read
Yep.
this resolution. Be it resolved that the Board of Fire Commissioners approves to reimburse the COBRA costs for the 4 employees that were designated as one of the 5 non-IAFF Local 916 district employees covered under the current dental benefit offered effective July 31st, 2025, at a total cost of no more than $200 for a period not to exceed 18 months.
$200 per month.
$200,
Per month, per member.
Yes.
oh, okay, what doesn't read that way? So $200 per
Per month, per member.
Per member.
member?
Yep.
Okay. And that's not to exceed 18 months.
I make a motion.
Motion to accept that?
I'll second.
I'll call the roll. Commissioner Yankowski.
Aye.
Commissioner Sarasi. Commissioner Lori.
Aye.
Commissioner Carlo.
Aye.
Commissioner Randalone.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay.
Okay, the next item is the future vehicle purchases and liquidation of aging fleet. The Assistant Chief sent out a notice to all the board members with pictures of each of the each of the vehicles, the cars, that are, some of them could be antique status almost. that should be auctioned off and replaced. Is there any discussion on that?
We're not looking for them for this year. We're looking to put those vehicles to surplus and get the new vehicles, replacement vehicles in next year's budget. So we wanted to make you aware of, you know, things like Jamie was asking for, any items that, you know, big ticket items that we would need to purchase that need to be included in the 2026 budget. So we wanted the board to be aware that we have a need for replacing some of our 20-year-old vehicles and 15-year-old vehicles that are, you know, they're serviceable, but they're very expensive to keep them roadworthy. So I believe it's time to start replacing some of the non-apparatus fleet. We've concentrated on the apparatus for the last 6 years, and we've pretty much replaced all the frontline rigs. We have an engine that's due to be delivered in August of 2026, but then at that point, all the frontline apparatus will have been replaced. So now we need to replace the support fleet, like Tim's pickup truck, and have a spare 2108 and things like that. So we're not looking for you to approve the purchase of those vehicles tonight. We're just looking to put it on the board's radar for next month and September, when we need to finalize the budget for October. So, did you want to surplus any of those vehicles at this point, or no? Is that the 2004 Expedition? All right, so if the board would be open to it, there should be a description of 2104. I believe it's a 2004 Expedition or a 2001 Expedition. It's,
Yeah, I see it,
yeah, I think it's got it's served us well, but it's outlived its usefulness. So I would ask the board's permission, or for a resolution that Assistant Chief Yazzo can put it on Auctions International to surplus it, if the board is agreeable. So
And what would be used to replace that vehicle? What would be,
do we already have the vehicle that's going to replace it, or is it anticipated?
or does it?
That was the old deputy chief's car, and Captain Pineval was using it for a few years until he got, I believe he got Assistant Chief Stupple's car, or I believe he got Assistant Chief Stupple's car when I got my new car. So that replaced that. So that vehicle will be replaced. I think we're going to have the van, when the van comes in, I think we're going to make that 2104 or 210. Okay, all right. So yeah, we don't need a replacement for that vehicle at this time.
Is 2107A the car that sits up at North End?
Not anymore. That the Explorer came in, I mentioned in my report that 2107A is now the brand-new Ford 2023 Ford Expedition that we just took possession of.
But the old 2007 GMC, right?
That's behind headquarters now,
Are we gonna get rid of that too? Are we auction that one?
down the road, right?
There's going to be 5 vehicles auctioned, and I'm looking to purchase 4 new vehicles.
So besides the one we're gonna auction now, is there anything else that could be auctioned that we're not gonna replace right now?
We can auction everything off. I mean,
Wow.
for real. Anything that's
We can't get
purple
rid
in
of
the back
Timmy's
lot,
truck.
we can auction off. 2107 was replaced last year with a 2023 Ford Explorer,
Right?
which Captain Pintaval, Tom Pintaval has. We just took delivery 2 weeks ago of 2109 for firefighter Vitarello Fire Prevention, which went into service last week.
Okay.
So we're pretty much updated right now, but as far as vehicles for transport, anything for going to the academy, for training, for callback, we're limited because these vehicles are basically junk. The warning lights,
No power
power
steering.
steering, rotted floorboards, CO coming into the cars, they have to go. They have to go.
So that the,
So 5 vehicles, right, to auction off?
5 to be auctioned, 4 to purchase for next year's budget.
But now you're gonna auction off the 5.
Oh, absolutely, I would love to. Say when.
Is that including Timmy's truck?
No, Timmy's truck we're gonna keep. 2106 we're gonna keep because it's still
With the plow.
usable for plowing.
Right.
Okay, I don't wanna see a plow on a brand-new Tahoe. Okay, I don't wanna destroy something. So Timmy's truck is still good for plowing. But he needs something like a transport vehicle, like a Ford Transit, something that he can actually put his tools and supplies and everything in, instead of working out of a pickup.
So what would the 5 vehicles be? It would be the old 2104, the old 2107, the old 2109.
2107A, 2109A,
Yeah.
2105, the diesel truck that half these kids cannot drive because it's stick shift.
Yeah, but what do Hank uses that, so until we get a replacement.
Hank doesn't need a vehicle. He doesn't need a vehicle.
I love stick, yeah.
I already discussed that with Hank.
Okay,
We're good. And then,
so that's 4.
no, it's in there, it's in there.
No, but that's 4 vehicles. What's the 5th
No,
one?
there's another one.
There's 2104.
104, 205, 2107A.
Oh, the old 2108?
2109A and 2108, yes.
Yeah.
Another piece of garbage.
Okay,
So, one,
It's
two,
your decision. I mean, like I said, the chief updated this fleet in the last 5 years. Fantastic job. It's time for these vehicles to be updated.
but we can survive without these vehicles right now, correct?
Yes. Well, to a point.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, we can auction off 2, maybe 3, and still survive until next year, yes. Because this van is coming this summer,
okay.
if the dealership ever gets back to me.
So if we approve tonight to auction off the 5 vehicles, you could do 3 now and,
Over the course of the next year, how's that sound?
yeah, okay,
Okay? Let's go with that.
Okay.
Definitely 2104, but I think that we should just give the go-ahead to auction off those 5 vehicles within the next 6 to 12 months,
okay.
if the board approves.
In previous motions, there were reserve prices, so I don't know if that's something we also want to have in the motion.
Reserve, we don't.
Like, for example, last
Yeah,
time.
the reserve price are usually just the scrap value.
Okay,
And on a
gotcha.
fire truck, it's about 2,500, but for a car, I think they only give you about $400 for a car if you bring it to the junkyard, so I would assume all those cars would go for more than the junk price.
I can assure you that 2105, the 2005 Ford F-350 diesel is going to bring in a decent amount. It only has 20,000 miles on it,
If it's 20 years old.
but there's people that want that.
Okay.
That's 2105.
Yes,
That one's
correct.
going also, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, should we make a motion that for the assistant chief to,
Authorize the assistant chief to surplus the following vehicles and then name them.
give it to me again?
What's 2104? Is that a 2004?
That's a
Expedition?
2004 Ford Expedition.
2004 Ford Expedition,
2005 Ford pickup,
3 2007 Yukon, GMC Yukons, because that'll be 2107A, 2109A.
Everything's on the last page.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
Okay,
So
all
2104, the old 2107, the old 2109, 2105.
okay. All right, so can we, should we go through each one, or just as a,
Just
Motion
name them
for
in the
all.
resolution, the
Okay,
specific vehicles.
I propose a motion that we give the assistant chief the authority to auction off or send to auction the following vehicles: old 2104, old 2105, old 2107A, old 2108, and old 2109.
but which 3 are gonna go first?
What's the difference?
2104 is going to be first. And then I would imagine 2108, and then 2107A. Because right now, well, Lieutenant Greenbaum was using one of those vehicles for the academy detail. He will not be going to the academy because we don't have more than 4 going to the academy next year. So that vehicle will not be needed.
Okay.
So we can do at least 3 this year.
Okay. All right, all right, so that's the motion then. Do we have to vote on it?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Tony?
Good, I'll give it. I'll call the roll. Commissioner Yankowski.
Aye.
Commissioner Sarasi.
Aye.
Commissioner Lori.
Aye.
Commissioner Carlo.
Aye.
Commissioner Manalone.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay,
Thank you, gentlemen.
thank you.
Thanks for putting that together, Chief.
Okay, the next order of business is the volunteers.
All right. So I was speaking with our council over the past few weeks. I think, as most of you know, our volunteers have not provided fire service to the district since 2008, give or take. And I think, in all fairness to the taxpayers and the members of the community, there is, a certain amount of liability when these individuals either enter our firehouse or use our rigs for a parade. And I think we just still cover them, I think, for workers' comp. So I think it's just long overdue that we kind of just have guidelines in place for the volunteers when it comes to accessing our buildings or our apparatus or what have you. So I have a motion I can read off here. It's pretty self-explanatory as to what we're looking to accomplish. And again, volunteers, yes, they exist in theory, but in reality, they don't exist. They are no longer providing a service to the district. They never will again. So I think that there's a time and a place for them to just basically kind of take a back seat. They can gather on their own time, wherever they wish, just not in our firehouses. And again, when it comes to parades or anything like that, they can certainly march, but there's no reason for them to use, our equipment. But again, it's all spelled out here. I mean, there is a process that they can also request from us. So, I'm going to read this off, and we can, have a vote. Of course, Commissioners Ranalone and Lori basically, should abstain because they're both commissioners and, former volunteers. So I'm just going to read this off, and the remaining commissioners will have a vote on this. So, whereas the Eastchester Fire District, the district, is a duly organized fire district governed by a Board of Fire Commissioners pursuant to the laws of the state of New York, and whereas the Board of Fire Commissioners, the board, is responsible for the management, control, and oversight of all real and personal property owned by the district, and whereas the district's property, including but not limited to fire stations, apparatus, equipment, and other assets, is held for the benefit of the public and must be used in manner consistent with the district's mission and applicable laws, and whereas it is necessary to establish clear guidelines to ensure that any use of district property by volunteer fire companies or other entities is subject to appropriate oversight and authorization. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Fire Commissioners of the Eastchester Fire District as follows. Use of district property. No volunteer fire company, fire department, or any other organization or individual shall use, occupy, or access any property, equipment, or facilities owned by the district without prior written approval of the Board of Fire Commissioners. Approval process. Any request for use of district property must be submitted in writing to the board, specifying the nature, purpose, date, and duration of the proposed use. The board shall review such requests at a duly convened meeting and may approve, deny, or conditionally approve the request in its sole discretion. Enforcement. Unauthorized use of district property shall be deemed a violation of this resolution and may result in disciplinary action, revocation of privileges, or other remedies as permitted by law. Effective date. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption. So that's the motion I'd like to make tonight. If I can get a second, that'd be great.
Second.
First of all, on the motion, you can't tell me or Commissioner Ranalone how to vote. We could vote the way we want.
You can, but
Sec-
are you a commissioner or are you a volunteer?
I'm both.
You should be one or the other.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Let me tell you something.
You can vote.
What you're reading is not coming from you, Paul. I know that's not coming from you.
It's coming from me.
No,
It's not coming from any other. No, I'm not- no,
I
look.
didn't interrupt you, now let me speak.
But no, because you're saying something, I know where you're going with this. That's not the case.
Well,
It's
let
not
me
from
speak.
anybody else
Let me speak.
that
You
you know of.
spoke, and I didn't interrupt you.
Okay.
First of all, to the public, I don't believe that's coming from Commissioner Carlo.
Okay.
Second of all, anytime we use the rig, you ask the chief. We paid the overtime. We did not go knocking on the chief's door saying we need a rig to go to a parade, okay? When we use the maintenance truck, the chief, we asked the chief, and we asked the board also. We just didn't go in and take it. Let that be known, okay? We've been around here a long time. The volunteers produced some good paid personnel. Here's one right here, here's two, here's three, there's four, okay? So now for you to throw us out of this place is a disgrace, because I know where it's coming from. And the same individual came one time up to the Tucker Hose Company with tears in his eyes to tell us to vote for him, and he would take care of the volunteers as well as the paid personnel. And he gave it right back to us in the back, stabbed us in the back, okay? That same individual cost this department millions and millions of dollars by calling the lawyer 2 or 3 times a day, 4 or 5 times a week. I could get you 4 more attorneys to tell you this, what the individual done. He dumped the assistant chief's position. He dumped the mechanic's position. We bought pieces of junk fire apparatus, which now, as Chief Yasso said, we put our fleet in top shape. We bought stuff from other departments that was sent out and cost this department plenty of money. The taxpayers don't even know what we paid on repairs. When Hank was working for his company, he had to come from across the Tappan Zee Bridge to work on our apparatus. I went in the back of Waverly Firehouse. Many a times him and Vinny Spadaro were working 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And then he dumped the mechanic's position, and what it cost us by sending it out was unbelievable. Now you're telling us we can't even go in the firehouse? We do not go into any firehouse. You could ask the chief, the assistant chief, or any other man if we disturbed anything, disturbed the men, caused any damage on anything, where we've been around longer than anybody. And now you're trying to tell us we can't even go in the firehouse, we can't even use the fire apparatus, which we paid for. Am I correct, Chief? On overtime, we paid when the rig came to Mamaroneck. And then the minute the parade wasn't even over, when we reached Boston Post Road, they had orders to come back, and we didn't object to nothing that the chief said to us. Okay, and now you're telling us this stuff? I'm sorry, Commissioner, that's not coming from you. I know exactly where it's coming from.
I can tell you,
And I hope he's watching it too.
I can tell you right now, it's not coming from Dennis Winter.
Well, I didn't say his name.
I know
You
exactly
did.
what you're talking about, but
Well,
I can tell you
that's
right
where
now
it
that it's
came
not
from.
coming from,
That's where-
it is
that-
100% not coming from
If you
Dennis.
said it, then that's where it's coming
I know
from.
how you think. So, that
You
being
know how I
said-
think now too. Now you know how I vote too.
Okay, look, Commissioner
on,
Laurie,
Paul.
there is no reason, you know, look, you guys had a nice run. Yeah, as you said, a lot of people came out of the volunteer force. They are now active members. You guys have been inactive for 17 years. Okay, it's over. There's no reason for you hanging around the firehouse, having meetings here.
We don't hang around no
I'm just saying,
firehouse.
there's no
You
reason-
just said
There's
something.
no reason to have meetings in our firehouse. That's all I want. Don't come into the firehouse. It's a liability. We don't need it. We don't want it. That's all. Have you meetings? I'm not telling you.
Then if a paid personnel has a friend come over for coffee, is that a liability?
A paid personnel?
Yeah, if a paid
Part of
personnel,
our
while
act-
he's
part of our
on
active-
duty, if somebody comes back and have a cup
Part
of
of our
coffee with him?
active paid force?
Yeah,
Yeah, they can have coffee. Why not?
I'm saying if a friend of one of theirs comes and has a cup of coffee with him, is that a liability?
I don't know how you see the liability. If they're
Well,
not
he's-
about, they're,
he's not a fireman.
As a
The
personal,
individual's not a fireman. He
as a
comes out with a cup of
personal,
coffee.
as someone personally from the public, you want to come to the firehouse, you can come in the firehouse.
You're just saying that's
I
a
said
liability.
you cannot have your meetings in the firehouse as a volunteer
Oh,
organization.
come on.
Yes, why not? And why are we still paying for your workman's comp? What if when you guys takes a header down the stairs, then what?
What happens if one of the
It can have it
visitors-
anybody, but we don't need it with you guys. It can have it anybody, but
How
why?
how often do we come into the firehouse to have meetings?
Once a month?
No,
No?
no.
Why do you come- why do you
Try once every 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
I don't know, Mr. Randall's always there, you tell him.
We go there every month, Paul? We don't go
Whenever
there
they're
every month.
scheduled, I don't know.
We have our benevolent association once every 3 months.
But why, but let me ask you a question, why, I mean, it's not even, why do you even have it there at all? Why?
We're still part of the fire
You're
department.
not, you're not part of anything. You guys are no longer an active force. You're not
I
part of
didn't
anything.
say we were active, but we're
So
still
why do you
members
consider
of the fire
yourselves members
department.
of, you're not members of the fire department.
My God, even the
We're not a
volunteers,
volunteer force anymore. We're a
the
paid,
volunteers even backed
we're a
you.
paid company.
I don't know why you got,
We're a paid company. Why you still think you're part of anything?
One commissioner and a past chief told us to stop responding.
I know
to
exactly, yes, so,
2008.
yeah, okay,
so
so,
you know, so
Wait a
you've been
minute.
speaking to him.
Wait a minute. Let me give you a little history about your liability and all that nonsense. 2104 was taken away from the deputy chiefs because he didn't want volunteers driving. Your insurance did not go down. It stayed the same. Whether you got 70 guys driving or 170 guys driving, your insurance rate stays the same. Your liability is not going to go down, it's going to stay the same. So to try to avoid us from coming into the firehouse is wrong. And you're going to open yourself up to a lawsuit.
how so? A lawsuit? Okay.
Maybe you should table that for now.
We're just saying, don't have your meetings there. That's all. If you want to do something, ask us in person, put it in writing, and we'll make a decision. We're not telling you to do anything, just, you just don't have the luxury to walk into our firehouse and have a meeting.
We can respond tomorrow, all you have to do is say yeah. We can go.
Respond to what?
I've been in this department since 1970.
It doesn't matter. You're never going to respond again to anything, so why even bring it up?
I got a 30-year-old page that the battery doesn't even hold the charge. We can't get a battery for it. That's because you don't update our equipment.
What equipment? You guys are not active. What are you talking about?
Everybody got pages because nobody wanted to get a whistles.
What are you-
Everybody's got a page.
Let me just ask
I-
you a question, please. Commissioner Carlo, when you were the commissioner in charge here, why all of a sudden is this being brought to light?
It's been out, Michael, it's been out there for years.
And again, please.
It's been out there for years. It just
Why
linked.
is it, I've been coming to these meetings and I haven't seen it brought to light. All of a sudden it's brought to light and the rest of these gentlemen that are sitting on this board with you seem to be a little bit blank about this.
No, I think three of, I
They
think,
seem, what you just read, they don't have a cop, they
I didn't know no knowledge about this.
seem to be a little bit blank about this. I mean, I'm surprised at you. I really
Hey,
am.
why?
Because I always thought you had your heart in the right direction.
I do the heart in the right direction. I just don't want the volunteers don't need to be around any longer as far as in our firehouses.
Why didn't you bring it up when you were in charge? When you were sitting, when Mr. Ranalone was sitting now, Commissioner Ranalone, and bring it up then? Why are you bringing it up now?
It just happened to come now. It's just,
Did the air change or
no,
something?
it's just something. It's
Mr.
just-
Winters is changing it.
It's not It's been out there for a while in my mind, Mike. I just brought it up now.
Mr.
There was
Winters
no-
had this on his schedule
there
a
was
long
no
time
There
ago.
was no specific
You got a lot on your mind.
there was no deadline or anything.
What comes to light here, the other commissioners seem not to know about what's going on. And it seems like there's something being pushed here to bring this out. So be upfront with it. We're volunteers, okay? We don't respond to calls anymore. We go to a meeting every 3 months in the firehouse in Tuckahoe on the second floor.
Right.
It's a liability? What kind of liability is it? Is it a liability when a person walks into the firehouse, or the mailman walks into the firehouse and falls, or somebody knocks on the door and says, "Can you help me? I don't know where I'm going. I'm looking for a street in Tuckahoe or Eastchester." Is that a liability?
I guess it could be.
It's not a liability. They're asking a question. They're not getting on the apparatus. When a child comes with his parents and wants to see the apparatus, you gonna tell them you can't come in the firehouse because it's a liability? Chief, I'm addressing this one to you. Who owns these properties, these firehouses? Is it owned by the Eastchester Fire District or by the town of Eastchester?
So the Bronxville Firehouse and property is owned by the Eastchester Fire District. The other 4 houses and properties are owned by the town of Eastchester.
Thank you, Chief.
To be used as firehouses. If we stop using them as a firehouse, it reverts back to the town.
Thank you for what you're saying. But I think there's a lot that has to be brought out here to light. Not now. And I'm really surprised at you, the way you're going about this. If you had it when you were the commissioner in charge here, you should have brought it up then, not now. Why are you bringing it up now? You can't answer the question.
It's been out. Look, Michael. It's been on my mind for a long time.
Well, why didn't you bring it up? It was
I
on
just
your
never-
mind for
I
a
just-
long
I just
time.
never-
You did a good show here when you were in charge.
I just never thought about
Hey,
that.
you did the right thing. You always spoke up. You said what you had to say. And now, it's like, These gentlemen don't even know what you're talking about, and what you're reading there, I don't think they got it. You got it from an attorney, and your attorney, the attorney of what? The department's attorney? Mr. Ranello, do you know about that?
Yes.
Did you speak to the attorney?
No.
Thank you.
Commissioner Yankowski, did you know about this letter?
I did know about it,
How come
and
I
I,
didn't know
and I
about it?
tend
Did
to
you know about it,
agree
Commissioner
with the
Suarez?
liability.
So 4 commissioners knew about it, Mike, I didn't know about it. Keep me in the dark.
Well, because,
I thought this board was supposed to work together.
well, yes, but you are a volunteer.
So is Commissioner Ranello.
He didn't know about it.
He knew about it, he just said he knew about
I
it.
said-
Commissioner Yankowski knew about it. What is this, closed doors? This is closed doors on, in other words, when I want something to be done, I keep you guys in the dark and just let the guys I want to know? So you 4 guys knew it and I didn't know
Okay,
it?
so, just simply put, the board.
No, you 4 guys knew it and I didn't know it.
Okay, fine,
Fine.
yeah.
So then suppose I do something that you don't like. Come on, Paul, you're doing it wrong. You're going backwards. That's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that 4 commissioners knew about it. I'm sitting besides 2 of them, and 2 of them didn't even tell me about this?
I think
Listen,
Commissioner
my
Carla-
suggestion is this. I think we should table this matter for now.
No, let's talk about it. We can table it,
Well,
but
let's
let's
just
talk
table the
about it.
matter and end it, because
But-
it just seems to
but
be
I can't
arguing back and
understand
forth.
that 4 commissioners had a meeting about this and I didn't know about it. Suppose I did that something to you, Commissioner Sarazzi. Would you like it? Tell me the truth.
course
Would you
not.
like me to do something behind your back?
Nothing, of course.
What
Nobody
you
would
4
like
guys
that.
did?
Nobody would like
You
that.
4 guys did something behind my back, and that is wrong. And now, if I did something behind your guys' back, you would be super mad at me too. I have gone along with every article that's been passed on this board as many years that I've been here and worked with you guys. I never did anything behind closed doors. And now this comes out, my trust to you 4 guys I have lost. I have lost my trust to you 4 guys for doing something like this. I'm surprised at you, Yankowski, that you didn't even tell me. Nobody...
My thoughts were you were a volunteer.
Doesn't matter. So you were a police officer. Commissioner Sarasi was a police officer. Am I supposed to hate you guys? Because I'm a volunteer, you dislike telling me something? Chief, did you know about this?
I was aware of it, yes.
How come I was left out in the dark?
Because the time for, this is a thing that should be discussed in public between the board members.
Okay,
It
so-
shouldn't be done outside of a public meeting. If you're going to have multiple commissioners opining on it, it needs to be done at a public
Well,
meeting.
four of them were in agreement of it, and I didn't know about it? Where was I?
I
In
didn't
North
know the
Pole?
other commissioners were advised of it.
Where was I, in the North Pole?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you're in agreement with this also?
It's not my, I don't have a vote.
I know you don't have a vote, but I mean, that's pretty sad that 4 commissioners knew about this and I didn't know about it. If that's the way you guys are gonna work, you're gonna have a hard time with me for another 1.5 years until I'm off this board. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame, boy, and I'm not kidding you. And I hope the public is watching this. Is this being recorded?
Of course it's being recorded.
It's on TV right now?
Yes.
I hope the public sees what how the board works.
I just want to, I want to establish.
Well, let the board know that 4 guys are
Okay.
against 1 guy.
I want to establish guidelines.
I mean, I had this.
want to
had this-
establish
I had
guidelines,
this-
that's all, just
No, you
guidelines.
didn't do no guidelines
Just
by
guidelines.
leaving me
Guidelines.
out.
Okay, that's enough, that's enough.
You didn't do no guidelines by leaving me out.
All right, fine.
That's
You know
enough
what?
discussion on this
Then we'll-
topic.
then
Yeah,
right
but
now.
Commissioner Ranello, that's more than
Enough
hurting
of a
feelings.
discussion.
Okay,
It's not,
enough discussion on it, okay, but are we gonna have a meeting, we're gonna work together, or we're gonna stab each other in the back? That's a damn shame what you guys did. I'm surprised at every one of you. I'm really surprised at every one of you. You leave me out, and when you have a commissioners meeting, what goes on behind closed doors, and I'm not a part of it? I've been a member of this department since 1973, and now we got one guy coming along to close the whole damn Board of Fire Commissioners because one guy don't like it. He just said it before. Commissioner Ranello and Commissioner Laurie, you don't have to vote on this. He knows how we're gonna vote. And that's how we work now?
Just want to establish guidelines.
Okay, so in other words, if I'm gonna do something, leave Commissioner Carlo out, or leave Commissioner Yankowski out, and let the other 3 vote on it? Okay, I know how you guys work now.
Okay, all right.
I know how you guys work now.
What happens when you have the ceremony that comes up and you have to go down
Of course not, you're not a member.
Mike, you do whatever you want.
What's that?
I just want to establish guidelines with regard to our property and to our rigs, our equipment and our property. I just want to establish guidelines. Since you guys couldn't come to the house, I wanted guidelines. I wanted you guys to reach out to us before you do
You're not
anything.
answering the question I just asked you.
What was it?
When
You
it
go to the
comes
monument.
be-
You
when
go
it
to
comes
monument.
be- When it comes to be the ceremony down at the,
You can go wherever you want to go. You can go wherever you want to go. I'm not saying you can't go anywhere or do anything.
So now you're not gonna send the deputy chief won't go down, the chief won't go down, the board of commissioners won't
If
go
they want to
down?
go down, I just wanted guidelines as far as when it came to our property and our equipment. That's all.
We wrecked the firehouses.
It's not the point. We have a right as a board.
Who's going to take anything? If there's a call and you just happen to show up, has any volunteer gone to pull a piece of apparatus off?
But Mike, I'm not saying
that?
anybody would. I'm just saying we want the volunteers just to ask us for permission to either have a meeting in our firehouse or to use equipment. I just want to have guidelines
Paul,
established.
it seems-
They've never been established, Mike, in the past. That's
No,
all.
It seems really funny, because when you were the head commissioner here, why didn't you bring up the policy and procedure?
Oh, Mike,
then?
I don't know
Why
why,
are you
Mike.
bringing it
I
up
can't
now?
speak to
You
why I
don't
didn't-
know.
Why I didn't do 2, 3 years ago.
You're an educated guy, you know.
No, I don't know. I
But
don't.
you should have brought it up then. You're bringing it up now?
Yeah, why not? Why-
It's not right, and it's not nice.
Mike, whenever we had to do something, what did we do? We came to the board for
Came to the
permission.
board and asked permission,
We came for
you know,
permission.
that's it.
Whether we even, if we had to borrow something, we came to the board and
Right,
asked the board.
that's it.
We never did anything without the consent of the
I'm not
board.
looking to grab hose or do
No one
do a
is
fireman's job.
saying you are. We just want.
But it's like applying to it, it is. There's other volunteers that may be sitting at home right now and saying, what in the world is this all about? I mean, this just doesn't make sense. But I don't know why you didn't, when you were in charge then, I don't know why you didn't bring it up now.
I told you why.
Okay? Well,
It's not the reason. Don't listen to anything
I
he's saying.
don't
told
know
you
I
why.
mean, and the rest of you guys are sitting up there and you look pretty blank about it. I gotta say that too.
All right, then you know what?
Okay?
Well,
Thank you.
forget it.
Tony Fiore, Village of Sunnyton, not even on. When you say equipment, if we wear dress uniforms, that's part of equipment?
I'm sorry?
Our dress uniforms?
No, that's your business.
So we can still wear it in case we go to a memorial service or anything like that, even though it has the patch on it?
No.
That's no.
No, that's involved.
Okay.
That's your material.
Okay, so I just want to make sure if we go to a memorial service or any function, it'll say.
You're not gonna be invited, so don't worry about it.
No, in case we go to our memorial or the Mamaroneck with the official Eastchester patch on, everything on, that's part of equipment, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're talking about the equipment that was, or the uniform
When you
that
talk
you
about
wore
crew,
at
like
the
turnout
parade.
gear, stuff like that, I'm talking about dress uniform and stuff like that.
Dress blues?
Yeah,
You still have dress blues?
yeah, I still wear it. When we do our memorial,
It's a regular uniform
Yeah.
he's talking about.
yeah. Yeah, Class
Okay.
A's, yeah.
If the guys have uniforms and they want to wear them for the memorial service,
Yeah.
that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, all right, that's all I want to know.
So then, in other words, we can't invite the department to come to our memorial service in May? Well, he says we're not a part of the fire department.
You can invite,
Well,
Say we
why would you want to come with us? We're not a part of you guys no more. Right, Paul? Commissioner Anelon? I mean, Commissioner Carlo?
We're paid for. That's what I'm gonna say.
So in other
We're
words,
paid for.
we can't invite you to come to our service?
You want to invite us? We are paid for. We are a paid
Do
department.
what you want. You don't want me here. Tell me very simple. You don't want me here. You 4 guys are gonna run it? Go ahead, run it. Okay? I'll sit over here next to Firefighter George, all right? You're running it. That's the way to do it. That's the way to work a commissioner's board. 4 guys have a meeting and I don't know about it.
No, we didn't have no meeting.
It was
So
not.
you
It
knew
was
about
not.
it?
It was not a. It was not a.
It
It was not a meeting. It was not a meeting.
Well, you knew about it, right? All 4 of you knew about it and I didn't know about
I
it.
spoke to them separately. I can do that.
What's the matter with me? Am I a part of this board?
It was also in the text the other day. You asked Mr. Carlo, and he told you
Knew
in
there
the
was a thing
text.
about volunteers.
It got told to you Tuesday in the text.
Yeah, I saw it, but I just said, what's this about the volunteers?
No, but you can't say you're blinded by it. He told you Tuesday in a
I sent you a
text
response
about
what it
it.
was. I sent
But
you a
you knew
response.
about it. He told you about it.
I know about the list that said discussion of volunteers. That's what
I gave you
And
the
then-
answer, what it was.
And he gave you an answer.
my answer was, how sweet is that?
Right,
That's what my
so you
answer
got the answer, you knew what it was about. You knew what it was about.
Oh, stop it, Paul.
All right.
Well, you know, we know where you're coming from.
No, you're 100% wrong.
We know where you're coming from.
100% wrong.
The other day, someone even said that you were on the phone with him. So now he's pumping you.
Oh, please, you have no idea why, you have no idea when I don't talk to him. Oh, Anthony, just stop.
You gotta get your information from Winters.
Oh, first
right.
of all, you're so far
right.
off, it's insane. You have no idea what you're talking about.
It's enough.
You have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, my God. You wonder why you should go away, huh, Mike? This is why. That's why you wonder why you should guys go away? That's why. You're out of your mind. Stop it.
That's enough. It's
You have
enough
no
from
idea,
both
you have no
sides.
idea what you're talking about. Don't tell me what I'm talking about, who I'm talking to. You have no idea what I'm talking about, who I'm talking
We
to.
heard it from hearsay that
Oh, bullshit. Get out of here. Get lost.
That's who you're talking to.
Okay. All right. Okay. You're right.
He's gonna destroy you too.
You're right. Yeah, okay. You're right, Anthony. Okay. You're right.
Damn right, I know what I'm doing.
Okay. You're always right. Okay.
Damn right.
Okay,
We're done?
we're done? Okay.
I think you had a motion, I don't think you had a second, correct? Did anybody
Mine,
second
no,
that?
forget it. We'll table it. They can stick around forever. Who cares?
So you're withdrawing your motion?
Well, I thought Mr. Shirasi
Oh,
seconded.
please.
Did Commissioner Sarasi second the motion?
Commissioner Sarasi requested to table the matter after the
But
fact.
was the original motion seconded or
It
not?
was seconded, yes.
Okay, so he says he wants to withdraw his motion. Can he do that after it's been seconded?
That is a great question because I have not been in the situation, but we could address it.
We could just
if you
delay the
want.
vote, we'll just table it, like
could table it
Commissioner
if the vote-
Sarasi said.
Yep.
I think you should vote to table it, though. Like one of the,
Okay.
Commissioner made a motion to table it.
Yep.
Somebody should second it and then vote.
Okay, a motion to table this piece of agenda until future. Okay. Somebody,
You need the motion?
a motion
I'll
to
make the motion that we
table this
table
agenda. Okay,
And
Okay?
then a second?
second.
All right, I'll call the roll. Commissioner Yankowski?
Aye.
Commissioner Sarasi?
Aye.
Commissioner Lori is not here? Yeah, okay, Commissioner Lori, Commissioner, yep,
You
and
wanna
then,
table it? Do you need a vote for tabling it?
yep.
All right, we'll table it.
Okay.
I'll vote for tabling it.
Commissioner Carlo?
Aye.
Commissioner Randall?
Aye.
Okay, the item is tabled.
Okay. All right. The next meeting will be August 14th, 2025, here at Eastchester Town Hall. Any comments from Local 916? Any comments from the public?
Right now, you're looking at knocking down Station 3, starting from scratch. You guys really don't have a very good track record, especially your past boards, when it came to upgrading and doing the firehouses. Why not finish one project that you got started 4 years ago down in Chester Heights? Finish that one before you go looking at building a new firehouse.
Because Chester Heights, the floor was done because of a safety issue, and now the Bronxville floor, we may have to close that firehouse. So we need to get that floor done. That's why we can't do the second floor of Station 4, because while we're doing the second floor and putting in an elevator, the Bronxville firehouse
Need an
may go out
elevator.
of service.
Fire headquarters is the only building that the public would have to go in at any given time. Fire headquarters is not handicap accessible.
Okay, so.
No, it is.
But they
Why would you
didn't,
need an elevator at Station 4 if the
Be-
public's not going in there?
because of the current ADA laws and the project that we did on the first
So
floor.
don't you think that Station 1 should be ADA approvable?
But Station 1 is not in danger of going out of service. Station 3 is. If we don't do something with Station 3,
People that are not able to access fire headquarters.
I believe that's pre-existing non-conforming. So if we did major renovations at headquarters, yes, it would have to become ADA accessible.
Okay, so that building's been that way for 100 years.
Yeah.
Why do you need to put an elevator in that one? If you're gonna build a
At
new
Station
firehouse,
4?
put the elevator in Bronxville.
Because to utilize the amount of work we did at Station 4, we were told by the Eastchester Building Department that it has to be brought up to ADA compliance, which means if you're going to use the second floor, it needs to be ADA accessible. And we can't put in one of those chairs in the stairwell because we looked into that and that doesn't comply. So we would have to put in a proper elevator to make it.
Portchester's headquarters is 3 stories. They got a chair that goes all the way up to the 3rd floor.
Well, they have,
Look at 1 floor.
they have a different building inspector. Our building inspector at the time told us that that would not be compliant.
Call former Commissioner Raven. He's the village manager up there. He's got to know something. How they could do it and we can't, I
Yeah,
don't
it's-
understand.
We were told that we would not be able to use the second floor
Station 4
until,
was supposed to be a 6-month job. It's 4 years. It's almost as long as it took to do North End.
Station 4, I think, was like a 12-year job that,
No. Since it started, new roof, new windows,
Yeah.
and you piecemealed it.
Yep.
It's probably going to cost you $100 million by the time you're finished.
exactly.
well, that's the purpose
And
of hiring a,
And the same thing with Station 3. That's going to be at least a $15 million deal down there.
At least,
Just knock it down and start all over. At
exactly.
$700 or $800 a square foot.
Yep.
Yeah. What's that going to, are you going to take out a mortgage to build that firehouse?
it would be bonded, similar to what the schools do when they put additions on. We would have bonds.
Okay, is that going to go up to a public vote?
Yeah, it would be a public referendum if we were going to bond the project. So we're expecting to have a public referendum.
Will it be in the December election or no?
No, like the contractor said, it would be probably a year or 2 of paperwork before we had a shovel in the ground, because we'd have to get all the zoning and planning,
Okay, a year
things
or
like that.
2,
Right.
You probably need maybe 6 months to renovate Station 4, to finish the 2nd floor.
We're not doing Station 4.
But you're looking at 2 years
But
before
we're not,
you
we're not
finish.
gonna, we're not gonna spend, we're not
2
gonna,
years.
we're not gonna waste resources for an
Listen to me.
elevator in Station 4.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I mean,
It's going to take 2 years before you put a shovel in the ground. It'll take you 6 months to finish a project you started 4 years ago.
Station 4 is finished. We're finished with
It's
project.
not finished. The 2nd floor is a mess.
You know what? That building should have been knocked down, but it wasn't. We're not gonna put an elevator in
They
Station.
didn't do that.
We're
But
not
they
gonna
said
put
it was
a-
going to be a 6-month operation.
We're not gonna put an elevator in Station 4. It doesn't matter if it takes a year, 10 years
Well,
from
then
now.
why not fix it?
Wait, fix what?
The 2nd floor.
We're not gonna,
You
wait,
can
no,
run
because
kitchen
no
and
one's
2
allowed, no one's
bathrooms.
allowed up there. It's dead. No one's allowed up there. No one's
Right.
going to the 2nd floor of Station 4.
Listen, when you wanted a bigger dormitory to sleep firefighters, you kicked the Waverly Engine Company out of Station 1. Okay?
Okay,
Where did they go for meetings? Station 4. So now you had 2 volunteer companies using 1 firehouse. Then you renovated Station 5. 2 companies there, because you took that firehouse over. Those 2 companies went down to Station 4. 4 companies are using the 1 firehouse. The union leaves Bronxville, and they share with the Tuckahoe Hose Company. But we can't get in until we ask permission from the union, because they got everything locked up. So where are we supposed to go? You got 4.5 companies using 1 firehouse,
Who
and you
is-
don't want to fix the firehouse.
who is we? Who's we?
I just said there's 4 companies using 1 firehouse, and you don't want to fix it, and you got 2 years before you could start on Bronxville.
Who's we?
What companies are using Chef Station 4?
Waverly, North End Hose, North End Hook and Ladder, and Union Corners, whose firehouse that is. So that's 4 companies using the 1 firehouse.
When are you using this firehouse? What do you mean? I'm not following you. What do
We
you?
haven't used it since you started the project 4 years ago.
But what do you use it for? What? What are you using it for?
What do we use it for? We use it for meetings,
That's
training,
what I'm
whatever
saying.
you need.
Don't have meetings there. Have meetings someplace else, for God's sake. What do you got to have meetings there for?
All right, the next
Station
time we're
4,
having a
okay.
meeting, I'm coming to your house.
I don't care where you go. Just don't go to Station 4. It's not going to be used ever again. It's done.
What do you mean it's never gonna be
It's never going to have an elevator in that building. You'll never have the
Before you put a shovel in the ground, 6
It doesn't mean we're going to waste taxpayer dollars. So we're going to waste taxpayer dollars to put an elevator in so the union, so the volunteers can have a meeting upstairs. Get along. Are you out of your mind? We're not wasting money. We're not wasting taxpayer dollars. We're not wasting taxpayer dollars for an elevator. Yes, wasting. Why? So the volunteers can have an elevator?
Wait a minute. You want to talk about wasting?
Oh, here we go.
Come on. Let's talk apples and oranges. Let's talk the same thing.
What? What do you
How
guys?
much money did you spend on frivolous lawsuits while you sat on the board with your past board?
Look, I don't,
How many thousands and...
I'm talking about an elevator in Station 4. So I'm not worried
talking
about...
about the elevator no more.
Wait,
I'm talking
why are you
about-
bringing up the... Why are you bringing
You
up the...
need to go in there, put in 2 bathrooms and a kitchen, and you're worried about money?
I'm not going to put an elevator in. For
You
what?
just raised
No
this
one
budget
need,
14%.
no one
They
needs to
guys
go to Station 4 upstairs. That's the answer.
Okay.
No one needs to be up there.
Then, I'm gonna repeat, you're opening yourself up to a lawsuit.
Really? How so?
How so?
Why, because the volunteers can't go to Station 4? Okay, all right. Oof, anything else?
Any other comments? Okay. Commissioner comments?
Nope.
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor?
I got a question.
Okay, good.
It says here that the volunteers are going to pay for that gong down there. Is that right? Which bid are we giving them? Is that the Albano one, or which one?
What was that?
They were going to pay for it.
Who, they're going to get their own contractor, is that it?
Yeah, I guess, I don't, you know, I mean, I could pass along the ones we got, but it's, you know, they may want to get their own contractor, because I don't think they would have to do it at prevailing wage, because they're like private corporations.
I don't know. So I'm
It's
trying
not
to find
inside a
out.
public building. I don't know that they would be held to that standard. They're not a government like we are.
Okay, we just don't want to have the problem
Is there a
of
time frame on this to be repaired?
kids sitting on that thing, like we were worried about that happening and something happening with the gong. So if the volunteers are going to take on that cost and responsibility of doing that properly, otherwise we will take it down and put it on the ground. Okay.
I didn't hear that shortly.
I guess so.
Is there a time frame on this, Paul?
Can you,
Same time frame as you fixing Station 4.
I wasn't here, sir, so don't address me with that. I'm asking you about this now. Why are we going over? I'm asking you a question about this. Why are you coming to me with something else?
Your counterpart
You didn't ask me about it, you did.
all right,
You made
that's
the
enough, that's enough. Motion to adjourn.
statement. I'll make the motion.
Good.
All right, okay. Meeting adjourned, 8:25.